Welcome back to the Midlands Outdoors channel, back with another video today. Here we are heading all the way to Wychbury Hill. Got the main busy road going all the way down. It's going to be a nice walk this one. I haven't been there for a long time. And then we've got a few things to talk about on the way as well. We've got Bella in the wychelm. We've got some other things right away down the bottom. Got the monument and the inside of the woods where the ancient fort used to be many years ago. So here we are, we've made it to Wychbury Hill right away in front, so we're going to cross the gate and go all the way through. You can just see the monument right away to the top. Let's go and journey up. It's a nice little bit of a walk. I just love Wychbury Hill. It's something that sits locally right around my doorstep. You can just walk right up to the monument and enjoy the views what go right away into the distance of Worcestershire and the surrounding areas. Filled with history from the old fort that used to sit right away in the woodland many years ago, an Iron Age fort. And then you've got the temple of Theasus, all once part of the Hagley estate when it joined up all together, talking ages ago. So much to discover, so let's go and explore it. So here it is, the views overviewing Wychbury Hill, right away into the distance of Worcestershire. I can just see the Malvern Hills with the sunshine right away to the back. And then we can just see furthermore into the Worcestershire area, smoke coming from a chimney right away at the back from a factory. And even furthermore, right away to the back over there, and even more hills. Absolutely spectacular. It is mad to think the monument for Wychbury Hill can be seen for many miles going right away into the distance. I've been all the way down to Upton Warren and all down there by Webs of Wychbold. And you can even see this monument from parts looking right away into the distance. And even up to the Malvern Hills, you can see this monument right away from there. So it just goes to show how far you can really see it. It's a landmark that can be seen for miles. But here's a close view of it right away there. The obelisk is a Grade 2 listed building. It is 84 feet, 26 metres high, and can be seen for many miles around, as far as away as Shropshire, and the hill, if not the monument on its summit from the Malverns. It was commissioned as a landscape feature in 1758 by an illegitimate half-brother of the Littleton family at the nearby Hagley, Admiral Thomas Smith, who himself lived below the hill at Rockingham Hall. The obelisk itself is Grade 2 listed, and there's been much debate when it was in a poor state to be demolished, sporadically defaced with the graffiti asking who put Bella in the wychelm. And there it is, even more views right away down to the bottom. You could just see some little hills sticking right away up. I think it was all part of the hill fort right away to the back. So it's nice to wake up on a nice morning and just see those views. They're really spectacular. So who is Bella and why was she put in the wychelm? Who knows, it's definitely a mystery. But who put Bella down the wychelm is a graffiti that appeared in 1944 following the 1943 discovery by 4 teenagers of the skeletonized remains of a woman inside a wych elm tree in Worcestershire, down into the Gent Hagley woods. The woman whose death is estimated to have occurred in 1941 remains unidentified, and the current location of her skeleton and autopsy report is unknown. On the 18th of April 1943, 4 local boys, Robert Hart, Thomas Willett, Bob Farmer and Fred Payne, were poaching or bird nesting in Hagley Wood, part of the Hagley estate belonging to Lord Cobham, which is right away down the bottom, near to Wychbury Hill. When they came across a large wychelm, thinking the location to be a particularly good place to climb to search for birds' nests, Farmer attempted to climb the tree to investigate. As he climbed, he glanced down into the hollow trunk and discovered a skull. At first he believed it to be that of an animal, but after seeing human hair and teeth, he realised that he found a human skull. Farmer put the skull back and all 4 boys returned home without mentioning their discovery to anybody. However, on the return home, the eldest of the boys, Willits, felt uneasy about what he had witnessed and he decided to report it to his parents. So this is actually a picture of the skull as retrieved on the 18th of April 1943. You can just see the hair sticking off the skull and the teeth right away there. So basically, if you want to find out more information into the investigation, I will drop a link in the description where it tells you about the police and what they found in their gold wedding ring, some fragments of clothing and even shoes. So there's much more to read about on this article itself. So basically, there's many theories to why Bella was even murdered. And what are those theories? According to the resources on the internet, one of them actually says this. In a Radio 4 programme first broadcast in August 2014, Steve Punt suggested 2 possible victims. One possible victim was reported to the police in 1944 by a Birmingham sex worker. In the report, she stated that another sex worker called Bella, who worked on the Hagley Road, had disappeared about 3 years previously. The name Bella, or Lou Bella, suggested that the graffiti writer was probably aware of the identity of the victim. So you know the writing right around there, who put Bella in the wychelm. What I really find strange about it is to why the name Bella was even placed on there on that date. Obviously somebody knew about that woman and known she was murdered. That's why that appeared on several places, even appeared there. I believe it even appeared on some walls down the back of Stourbridge somewhere and some places in Birmingham. But it is a real mystery what really happened, and there's many other theories against this, and some of them are really interesting to World War II. So this is actually one theory that I actually believe, because it was going back to World War II. You can imagine if Bella was actually a German spy. She parachuted right away down. Obviously somebody knew she was coming and just murdered her, and this is actually the statement of it. Another theory comes from an MI5 declassified file about Joseph Jacobs, the last man to be put to death in the Tower of London on the 15th of August 1941. An ABRA agent, he parachuted into Cambridgeshire in 1941 but broke his ankle when landing and was soon arrested by the Home Guard. On his person was found a photo purportedly of his lover, a German cabaret singer and an actress named Clara. Jacob said that she was being trained as a spy and that he had made contact. She might have even been sent over to England after him. However, there is no evidence that Clara was parachuted into England, and several witnesses described that Clara was around 6 foot tall while Bella was 5 foot. In September 2016, it was determined that Clara had died in Berlin on the 16th of December 1942. So once more, another theory dating to World War II. Could it have been true? But like I said, evidence has been found that that woman died in Berlin, so it might not be. But there is another theory. In 1953, another theory surfaced, namely that the victim was a Dutch woman named Clarabella Dronkers, and she had been killed by a German spy ring consisting of a British officer, a Dutchman and a musical artist for knowing too much. Available records and evidence were unable to support the theory. So there we go, another German theory. How true is really all this stuff and what really happened? Nobody will ever know. The evidence has just been buried. It's never going to be identified for many generations to come. It's going to be swept under the carpet and never dealt with. But what do you think about it? Do you believe in a certain theory? Drop it in the comments, I would be interested to talk more about it. But there we are, there's more evidence. who put Bella in the wychelm, sitting on the Grade 2 listed monument going right away there. So here we are inside the woodland, stretching all the way around. It's very old, and as you head up to where the fort used to be, you've got some of the ancient trees, what I'll show you in a little while. And just right away in front of me, heading down the path, is one of my favourite parts of Wychbury Hill, because surrounding all the way around is the views of parts of the Black Country and the edge of Stourbridge right away to the bottom. It's just really nice if you've got a long range camera and you can zoom right away into the distance itself. But wow, look at that right away into the distance. There is so much to see. Got the Black Country right away off there, that goes miles. We've got Dudley, even you can see Turner's Hill right away to the back. And even parts of Stourbridge are right away down into the dip itself. But you can just see right away into the distance, zooming in. But it is mad to think how old this woodland is itself. It's actually called Round Hill Woods, that sits on next to Wychbury Hill itself. I mean, the woodland stretches where the fort is right away to the back and goes all the way down there to the bottom where a road comes all the way up and goes down to Pedmore. But these yew trees, what I'm sitting right next to me, and some right over the back over there, are really old, dating to over 200 years old, or possibly even more than that. You can just see the trunk sticking right away up. And they are the oldest trees in the woodland itself. I will show you more in a little while. But there are yew trees around the UK that have dated to over 2,000 years old. Who knows how old these trees are, but some of the young ones, like I said, could be 200 to 300 years old. The big ones, possibly even more than that. And I will show you a really big one as I go further down. But let's go and journey up to the Iron Age fort and let's go and check out up there. So here we are, this is actually the rampart for Wychbury Hill where the Iron Age fort was actually situated. So there we go, the rampart stretches all the way down this path with the very old yew trees right away here. Check out that. But it's mad to think we're standing on a piece of land what really does date back a bit. Tons of history into an Iron Age fort. But I mean, these trees, when you look at them, are really spectacular to see. Some evidence of an old past right away there. So the fort measures 250 metres, 820 foot from east to west and 150 metres from north to south, covering an area of 7.25 acres, 2.93. It has two sets of ramparts and ditches. The inner rampart is between 16 metres, 52 foot and 20 metres, 66 feet wide, rising up to 2.6 metres, 8 foot 6 inches in height, with the surrounding inner ditch 10 metres, 33 foot wide and up to 1.7 metre, 5 foot 7 inches deep. Small bronze rings, including an Iron Age turret, were found in the fort in 1884, and Roman coins and masonry have been found nearby, suggesting a possible site of a later Roman villa. Investigations in 1924 reported a 5.5 acre annex to the south and nearby Iron Age field system, but no trace of either remain. But I have heard of things around the back areas, something to do with a Roman settlement. Don't know how true it is, but pottery has been found even to the further back fields, just down to there. But this is pretty much the Iron Age fort, stretching all the way down where the rampart is. Another view going right away to the bottom, with the very old yew trees sticking to the side. I have seen evidence of very old trees right away down the bottom to the back end of a woodland. You can just see some of the oldest trees have collapsed. There's one of them that fell and went right away to the bottom. Very old trunk to it. But it's really cool to see evidence of an old past. But let's go and journey all the way down to the Temple of Theasus and go and check out that, the last part for Wychbury Hill. Wow, the weather's getting absolutely horrible. Right away in the distance you can just see the rain clouds coming all the way over. I think we got heavy rain all afternoon, so I'm going to make this temple my last stop for Wychbury Hill. But I've really enjoyed showing you the hillside itself and also the big massive grade 2 listed monument sticking right away up, and also parts of the Round Hill Woods. But the final part of this is really cool, and this one has a little bit of information behind it once more. So here it is, this is the temple right away in front. I've had to just put my brolly on an angle to stop the wind from coming this way and the rain hitting on the side of me. But there it is, right away there. So you can just see the temple has been targeted by vandalism right away there. We've got writing all the way over the walls. I remember going back many years ago when this was all fenced off, and you can just see right away in with no graffiti, in very good condition when it was actually being looked after. So right, this is the first. The fence line's all the way down, so meaning we can walk right away inside it. Pretty much a bonus though, because it's going to pile down the rain any second, and I don't want to be standing outside here. But I'll tell you what, that is pretty cool. On the brick there we've got a name carved out. I don't know whether that's actually a modern one or that is very old, I really don't know. But here's the inside of the Temple of Theasus in a very bad condition. But definitely you can see this is very poor. The ceiling right away to the top, all the plaster has come from the ceiling right away there and dropped onto the floor. You can see parts of it is right away here. Look at that. And then the pillars supporting it going all the way around, you can see right away there. Very old brick. And then once more the very poor state going right away to the top. Some really cool architecture on that side. But I am going to have to say it's a real shame to see this targeted by vandalism. Obviously people have ripped all the fence down, encouraging more people to come inside it and graffiti it. Like you can see right away to the back of the walls, so many people over the year have come up and just put all graffiti right away to the back. Even that's new, I have not seen that before. But you think this is great listing, we should be protecting things like this because it's architecture, what you don't see very often. There's things down into the Hagley Park, what I'm similar, the sea houses, many other different things with similar architecture with the pillars. But it's just amazing to see it, but very sad one more time about the state of it. So it says here, Doric Temple of 1758, designed by James Athenian Stewart. It stands in the Grade 1 registered park and garden 800 metres north of Hagley Hall. And then I'm going to have to say the views right away to the back, check out that with the pillars and the view overlooking the Malvern Hills right away to the back. But there we go, that's pretty much everything covered. And what I find cool once more by the temple is all these pine trees going all the way down. It's a common pine tree that you find across all the UK in several woodlands. But they do grow really tall and they grow pretty much fast. But here we are leaving Wychbury Hill. We've got the main monument right away to the back. It looks pretty much of a distance from here. And the view of the woodland right away there, Round Hill Woods. But I must say though, I've really enjoyed exploring Wychbury Hill. It has been a while since I've been here, but it is very muddy to come all the way down from the path where I come from, right away down there. Can just see if I zoom in, tons of water puddles. It's like a marshland going all the way down to the gate. So pretty much if you do come up here, definitely would recommend to bring the right footwear, because I have got absolutely dirty. So what a journey. We've discovered many things exploring Wychbury Hill, the views right away into the distance, who put Bella in the wychelm, and the views right away back into the woodland itself. We've even discovered information of where the old Iron Age fort was situated many years ago, and even a stroll down to the temple of Theasus. But what a journey. I've enjoyed exploring Wychbury Hill, but until next time, see you again soon for the Midlands Outdoors.